Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jagannath Swami Narayana Bhattacharya, Narayana Bhattacharya Bhavatu Mere. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jagannath Swami Narayana Bhattacharya, Narayana Bhattacharya Bhavatu Mere. Jagannath Swami Narayana Bhattacharya, Narayana Bhattacharya Bhavatu Mere. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ 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 नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
नमो ब्रह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च
नमो ब्राह्मण्यदेवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च
नमो ब्रह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च
नमो ब्राह्मण्यदेवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च
जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
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 नमो ब्रह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च
नमो ब्राह्मण्यदेवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च
जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
हरे कृष्ण anyone प्रभुस Mataji, that is the verse of the day. Someone from Mataji? Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha
नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय
Namo Brahmanya Devaya
गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च
Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha
जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय
Jagaditaya Krishnaya
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
Govindaya Namo Namaha Reading word to word translation. Namaha,
नमः
all obeisances, Brahmanya Devaya,
ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय
to the Lord worshipable by persons in Brahminical culture. To the Lord worshipable by persons in Brahminical culture.
by persons in Brahminical culture.
Go Brahmana,
Go Brahmana
for cows and Brahmanas.
for cows and Brahmanas.
Hitaya,
Hitaya
beneficial.
beneficial.
Cha,
Cha
also.
also.
Jagat Hitaya,
Jagadhitaya
to one who always
to one who always
is benefiting the whole world.
is benefiting the whole world.
Krishnaya,
Krishnaya
unto Krishna.
unto Krishna.
Govindaya,
Govindaya
unto Govinda.
unto Govinda.
Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha.
Repeated obeisances.
Repeated obeisance.
Translation. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Krishna, who is the worshipable deity of all Brahminical men, who is the well-wisher of cows and Brahmanas, and who is always benefiting the whole world. I offer my repeated obeisances to the personality of Godhead known as Krishna and Govinda. The purport is very, very short. This is a quotation from the Vishnu Puran 1:1965. That's it. But it has everything. When the world was bereft of the qualities of Kali Yuga, Sri Advaita Acharya was offering Tulsi and Ganges water and repeatedly offered this prayer, may the Lord appear. and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So before we begin the session, I would like to welcome you all for Sunday class. Today we are going to spend some time to meditate upon the wonderful pastime of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially in Puri and during the Rath Yatra time. Om Agyantimrandhasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshudamilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamaham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitanscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So last time when I was speaking about the glories of Jagannath Ji, I was trying to bring how important it is for Gaudiya Vaishnavas about the Rath Yatra, about the worshipping of Lord Jagannath, about all the mood during this festival time. Why? Because we are getting closer to our Rath Yatra, which is on 31st of August. If someone would like to know more details, they can get from the reception there. You can also invite your friends. It will be not here, it will be in the city center, because we will be pulling the cart of Lord Jagannath in the streets of Köln. Like every year, it's done in great pomp and festivities with a lot of cultural programs, with kirtans and wonderful festivities. And I find it very nice because we are in Gauradesh, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda are our beloved deities. It's our fortune that we can bring them or carry them in the palanquin along with the chariot, so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they are also personally dancing while we are doing this Rath Yatra. So which means we are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as per Sej Sai Prabhu's question. So that's how we are part and parcel. If we are independent, then we can never be happy. So we should be part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then we can be happy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent most of his time after sannyas in Puri. Last time I was mentioning how historically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came from Navadvip to Puri. Anyone remember where did we stop? It's too long back. Anyone remember? Where did we stop? We stopped at house of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, after he saw that flag on the dome of the temple, he couldn't resist Why? Because he had great feeling of separation to see the Lord. I think we also have that. That's why we are coming to temple. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't need anything. He didn't need all these cars. Doesn't need all the trains. So he was so fast. He was rushing so fast that his followers could not maintain the pace with him. They were just trying to come, but the Lord was very, very fast. He just went and then he started seeing the Lord. And when the first time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Jagannath, he saw Radhe Shyam Sundar, form of the Lord. Sometimes, I remember some of my colleagues, they were coming and saying that Jagannath, when we say he is Krishna, they were surprised. They come from Odisha. But when we say, hey, Jagannath is not other than Krishna, they were surprised. And I am surprised. Because Rath Yatra is a festival that has been happening many, many years. It's not now. The Rath Yatra is a festival that the Lord is brought. There is Krishna, Jagannath, we say Jagannath, Baladev, at least one should know, okay. Baladev's brother. No, they call it as Baladav, Balabhadra. So, anyway. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw Radhe Shyam Sundar. In Shyam Sundar. We also know Lord, original form was what? Neela Madhava. The Lord was being worshipped in the form of Neela Madhav on the Neelachal hill. And Indradhunu Maharaj had great desire. He wanted to worship the Lord. Not just worship the Lord, he wanted to see the Lord face to face. He wanted to see the Lord face to face. And for that, he told to his priest that I want. And when he had this, then in the dream, the Lord appeared that I am being worshipped as Neela Madhav. So you can go, bring it and worship me. When the king told, the Lord is very tricky, so he didn't say the GPS, the exact location where to find him. He just said and disappeared. I think we also have this, right? When the dreams come, we don't know in which part of the country it is happening. So the king woke up, he took it serious and he told his minister. He wanted to go and search, but minister said, no, king, we will take care and we will find out. Among others, Vidyapati went and we know all this. But interestingly, what happened is the Lord also told that while you are getting the deity for worship, build a big temple. And then King Indradhuna built a wonderful temple. And then he went to Brahmalok to invite Lord Brahma. By the way, this is a real story. Please don't think, hey, we are talking something fantasy. No, this indeed happened. It's in the Puranas, Skanda Purana, it is there. So when King Indradhuna went, by the time he came back, though it was very small, when we go to someone we want to invite, please come, it takes 5-10 minutes. But the 5 minutes of Brahmalok is 2 generations on the planet Earth. By the time his son was ruling, and his grandson could not relate, who is this? And Indradhanu Maharaj was saying that there is a temple here. They founded the temple, and Indradhanu Maharaj said that this is built for Jagannath ji, and but no one were believing it. How can we believe unless we have a proof? It is said that there is a Bhushandi, a crow that was witnessing. Uh, I don't know if you may know, yeah, for Shraddha and Pitra and all these things, we rely so much on crows, yeah, because, yeah, they live long, they live across generations. And this crow was the witness who said, yes, that is all fine. The temple is brought back to life, but where are the deities? Anyway, the story goes further and further to prove that if a devotee wants to see the Lord face to face, the Lord also blesses. What do we need is great desperation. King Indradyumna Maharaj, he was very desperate that he was ready to give up his life. He said, and the Lord saw, and then he said, okay, let me come in your dream. He said that, let me come in the form of Daru Brahman. Yeah? The Nil Madhav Murti is no more. Yeah? I am going to appear in a special form, in my original form. For that, you need to get the wooden log that will be floating on the ocean and to bring it there. Anyway, again, all these details you know, that's why I'm just telling very briefly and picking the important point. As we all know that the wooden logs were brought, the next challenge was to find someone who can carve. And then, in spite everyone tried to carve the wonderful form of the Lord, they could not because the chisel simply broke. Yeah, the wood is chiseled, but it was breaking. Again, the king was worried and he said, let me fast to death until I can really see the form of the Lord. Then the Lord mystically sent an old Brahmin. And this old Brahmin said, I can carve the deities in 21 days. The only thing is, please do not break in until 21 days. Please do not enter the temple room. The king was quite excited. His desperation was so much that after 14th day, when he didn't hear anymore this chiseling, because the man was very, very old, no sound was coming, so he didn't know what's happening. He asked his wife, and finally he opened the door, and he could see the form of the Lord. I think most of us know the form of Jagannath ji. Is there somewhere here? At least there is one. Here is the same one, I think. Very, very special form. Why the Lord has this special form, it's again another pastime. But the point here is that the Lord appears in so nice form where the king was very, very disappointed to see, hey, usually we know Krishna has so many names, so many forms, wonderful forms. One can accept Narsinghadev, one can accept Kurmadev. But when the Lord appears as in the human form, human-like form, not human form, that is again confusion. Some people say Lord is a human. He didn't have legs and hands. The king was thinking, what an offense I have done, because I have might have stopped this, because as soon as he entered, there was no more Brahman. The deities were carved like that. So, but the Lord assured him, this is also my form. I have so many forms. This is also one of my forms. And this form symbolizes that I can walk without legs. In the Vedas it is mentioned. The Lord can travel without legs, and work without hands. But of course, if you want, you can time to time decorate my hands with golden, what do you call this, molds of hands, and you can have golden feet, and in that way you can. But in fact, to serve the devotees, I don't need all this. I can go. It is said that Krishna, if he wants, he can honor prasadam with his eyes. Of course, it's not possible for us. We can't do that. But the Lord can do, and to prove that, Lord has come in this wonderful form of Jagannath. And the beauty of Jagannath ji and worshipping him is very special. We know that the Mula Murti, the main preceding deity, in temples, in like Tirupati, in like Ananta Padmanabha Swami temple, or anywhere, we have such big forms of the Lord, and usually there are these Utsava Vigraha that are brought into the streets. They are taken through the 4 streets of the temple. But Jagannath ji, it is only in this temple where the main deity himself is coming out. Another interesting thing is that we know that normally we are in the queue to go to have darshan of the Lord into the temple, whereas the Lord here is coming out of the temple. We don't need to follow any queues. So nice, right? Just imagine if someone is from Tirupati, they can say, what is that? It takes 3 hours, 4 hours to be in the queue, right? At least. Jagannath himself is coming, and you can spend 3 hours, 10 hours, you can spend all like 9 days watching the Lord. We know that in Puri there is this sign, what is it? Videsh Pravesh Nishedh. Videsh means foreigners, Pravesh the entrance, Nishedh. A foreigner cannot enter into the temple. The Lord is saying, okay, I can go out, right? At least that is possible. Who is going to stop that? The Pandas, they may say, okay, foreigners are not allowed inside. But during the Rath Yatra time, there are so many politicians, so many ministers, they come, special Bollywood stars, they come. There are also so many, from all castes and religions, Christian or Muslims, everyone come and pull the rope to really have the spirit that the Lord is Jagannath. He is not Lord of only Pandas, He is not Lord only for Shabaras, He is the Lord of everyone. Jagannath is really Jagannath. Here we can see that, I have to recollect, Madhavananda Prabhu, as you may know, he was mentioning Rath Yatra is a festival where the Lord is freed from the rigid religious way of worshipping. If you go more in the South India, we see how the Lord is worshipped with so many systematic, very orthodox. In Christianity there is orthodox, in Islam there is orthodox, so many restrictions, rules and all. Jagannath ji is simply breaking all this, and then he is coming out. Anyone can worship. No restrictions. And not only that, many worship also. And the beauty is that Jagannath ji, his Rath Yatra is brought into the West, or literally in all parts of the world. Srila Prabhupada made this festival accessible all over the world, that anyone, no discrimination, no one is Yavana, no one is Mlecha, everyone is most welcome. There is nothing like if someone is paying. Yeah, I think sometimes we go for darshan in some temples. We have to pay some what do you call entrance? Yeah, some what if entry, and then you can go and have darshan. Or some festivals are celebrated where people are not allowed to take part. So many restrictions like that. But Jagannath Ji is fully accessible. And what does he do? Of course, there are multiple reasons. Yeah, when the Lord does something, there are multiple purposes at same time he achieves. One, of course, is the Lord has wide open eyes where he is coming out and he is seeing who is that doing even a small service to me or to my devotee. Today I am going to bless him like anything. Just imagine, what do you call this? Heavy rain, right? Cyclone, is it? Huh? Storm, yeah. There is a blessing storm. The Lord is just blessing like anything. He's not seeing, okay, what he didn't do. He's seeing one small quality. If he has served the devotees, then the Lord is immensely blessing them. And if there is someone is rendering service to the devotees is fine, rendering service to the Lord is fine. But if one just pulls the rope, it is said that he will not have a rebirth. He doesn't take birth again. Of course, in Puri the ropes are very fat and very long. And of course, how many people will come on that day, it's very difficult. But here in Cologne, we are very fortunate. We get the same mercy, very easily accessible, no competition. Everyone, please welcome. Invite your friends, everyone to join and then celebrate. You may know that there is so many details about how the festivals are celebrated in Puri, Orissa. It is very nice to see. Not so many states do that. Yeah, they make that one festival as the festival for the whole state. Everyone comes. People come from Bengal. People come from Bombay. So everyone come to have the darshan of the Lord and getting blessing. Some, of course, may have a desire to become re-elected in the elections. Some may have that, hey, I want to be more rich. I want to, The good thing is Lord blesses everyone, right? So that's the best, nice opportunity. The further question comes, why does the Lord come? Is it only for blessing? He can also do without moving, right? Without going from there. Why is Lord coming out of the temple? The Lord is coming with a hidden agenda. The hidden agenda is that He is going from Neelachal to Sundarachal. He is going from Sri Mandir, from where the Lord are residing. He is going to Gundicha Dham, Gundicha temple. Actually, it is said that the Gundicha Dham is the birthplace of the deities. When this Vishwakarma came to carve these forms of the Lord, he came, he was doing all this inside that space, and he loves to come back. Who doesn't want to go to hometown? And what is the hometown of Krishna? Vrindavan. That's why this Gundicha temple is also called Sundarachal. Sundar, very nice. Vrindavan is very, very nice. And that is also the place where gopis are staying, residing. So Krishna is coming out to meet his oldies, good friends, gopis. But can he do that after marriage? It's not easy, right? There is also Lakshmi Devi, right? it's not going to be so easy. So what? There is a nice pastime again, just so that we can enjoy this Leelas of the Lord. There are so many. There is also this, that on Nirjala Ekadasi, on Rukmini, it's also called Rukmini Haran Ekadasi, which comes on the Jeshta month of waxing, is the Shukla Paksha, right? Shukla Paksha. There is a Vivaha between Jagannath and Lakshmi Devi. Lord Jagannath is married to Lakshmi. There is a very nice arrangement. The priest will come. What they do is they take the cloth of Lakshmi Devi's sari and the Lord's Uttariya, then they put a knot and they say, now you are married. But Jagannath is not just, Jagannath has planned that he also want to go and meet his dear gopis. We know that, of course, there is the spirit of, if one is going by Rath Yatra, this is like Kurukshetra to Vrindavan, right? We know this, Mathura, Kurukshetra to Mathura. So the same spirit here, actually, Jagannath wants to go, but he is already married. So what happens is a very interesting thing. After this, there is Snana Yatra and all this will come later. After this marriage, wedding happens, then for 14 days, Lakshmi Devi is serving Jagannath Ji day and night. She is serving day and night, no breaks. But how long one can serve so long? So Lakshmi Devi, finally, she is tired. And after this 14th day, because she is tired, she fell asleep. And then when she fell asleep, then Krishna slowly opened the knot, Jagannath Ji, and then he leaves the place. And then he goes to Gundich. And after some time, when Lakshmi Devi wakes up, then she sees, where is Jagannath Ji, where is my Lord, where did he go? She becomes very disappointed, and then she thinks, what is this? I have served my husband 14 days non-stop, and the Lord leaves. So she is not so happy. Who will be happy? Come on. It is said that we have to constantly conquer Krishna. So it's not a 14-day job. So Krishna was Jagannath, Krishna and Jagannath. He leaves, and then Lakshmi Devi, she starts becoming very sad. She eats only some plain rice and some sabji, and like that 4-5 days she doesn't dress herself very well, and still Krishna is not coming. So finally she goes and meets Vimala Devi. We know in Puri there is Vimala Devi temple, who is none other than Parvati. And then she is telling what all happened, and then Vimala Devi is telling Lakshmi, all men are same. So sometimes men become crazy, sometimes men become foolish, they don't know what they do, but don't worry, I have special herb, and special herb, you make powder of it, and just go in front of Jagannath, and if you blow into his face, into his eyes, then again he comes to senses. This is not story. It is written in Vamadev Samhita. All this has happened. And then, by that time, anyway, where is the Lord here? He is in Gundicha temple. In his chariot, he is enjoying very nicely. Everything is so nice. Forget home, right? He forgot home. He was very nice, busy. Then, from the northern gate, Lakshmi Devi entered, though everyone tried to stop her. And then she came in, she didn't speak any word, she blew the powder on the face of Jagannath. And then she left from the southern gate. And Jagannath was thinking, oh, I am in a big trouble. What did I do? So this happens, what to do? So then Jagannath ji is very much feeling sad, sorrow. Oh, what did I do? I have to do something now. So what he did is he sent a nice elephant. He sent a nice elephant to pacify her. Maybe she likes elephants, I think. And then there is, when the Rath Yatra, this is the time when Rath Yatra is coming back. I'm just kind of telling what is happening in a very short nutshell. The Lord goes to the Gundicha temple. He stays there, and meanwhile all this story is happening. So now he realized his mistake, and now he wants to fix up. This happens. So he goes back. The king of Puri, he comes, and what does he do? He does a mediator job now. What is Lakshmi Devi? Don't worry. Don't worry. Now your Lord is coming. Be happy. This will not happen again. But Lakshmi Devi is very, very sad. She was not pleased. There is all negotiation going on. Lakshmi Devi says, if Jagannath will come, then I will send Chandi. We know this Kali form, Chandi form, where in one hand she has this shackle, right, to cut, and the other hand there is a head of a chopped Rakshas. So she said, hey, I am not going to hear Jagannath, whatever he is telling. All these are cock and bull stories. So anyway, no, you see, he's coming, and he's sending an very nice elephant. Again, so somehow they come to a place, what is it called? Lakshmi Narayan Bhet, where Lakshmi and Narayan are once again meeting, where the king is settling the relationship, and after that then they go back to the Sri Mandir. Sri Mandir is the Nirachal Dham. Isn't it so amazing? We just usually see worshipping the Lord is like, okay, we go, the Lord is always still in whatever form. If he is like this, he is like this. If he is like this, he is like this, like this. For us, he is only like that. No, he does so many things. The Lord is doing so many things. And not only it was happening during Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, even in Kali Yuga. There are so many wonderful pastimes of the Lord, where Lord is still reciprocating with his faithful, sincere devotees. Just like when Indradhanva Maharaj was blessed with this wonderful darshan, then Indradhanva Maharaj, he said, may you, Lord, please give your wonderful, Narad Muni. No, there are two things. So, why we have this form of Jagannath ji is because Narad Muni saw this wonderful form all alone, and he was so much mesmerized. He saw this, wow, what a beautiful form. Because when Mother Rohini was telling to all the queens of Dwaraka, she was telling all the childhood pastimes of Krishna. Subhadra, Baladev, Krishna, three of them became very absorbed, and they have manifested this wonderful form. Narad Muni saw, and Narad Muni requested the Lord, may everyone have this darshan. And it is enhanced by the request of King Indradumna. What he asked is, may Lord you give darshan, or may you take only 3 hours break. 21 hours darshan. This is one. And may you be served prasadam, Mahaprasad, so much so that your hand will never dry. So which means you keep on having prasadam. There is this 56 offerings that are made all the time, so that you keep eating, because you are party man. You can have some snacks, you can have some nice soups, nice sweets. How many? 56 varieties every time. And then the Lord, we may think that 3 hours he is taking rest. No, he doesn't take rest. He does his night life. The remaining, when the doors are closed, he then starts waking up the devotees. Hey, why are you sleeping? What did you do? So many wonderful pastimes. I have one book. What is Jagannath of Rajapur? I think. But let me check that name. The Lord Jagannath in Rajapur. Yeah. I will just read one very small part. An old man from this village told the story to Pujari. What did he say? When he was a young boy, he was herding cows through the Jagannath Mandir. At that time, the temple was in ruins, so there were many bricks strewn around the temple. Just for fun, he took a brick, broke it with his stick, and threw it away. That night, he couldn't sleep. The whole night, he was constantly hearing a voice saying, "Why did you throw the brick out of my temple?" The next day, he retrieved the brick and put it back from where he has taken it. Only then the old man said, "Did he was peace? He had peace." Anyway, this is not also the main, but just wanted to mention that if we really faithfully on this Rath Yatra day dance and please him and seek his blessings, we can write our own book. Yeah. The devotees have their own realizations. I'll take very short time. I think I have still some time, I don't know. Till 30 or?
More than 20.
Whatever Jayant Prabhu says.
More than 20 minutes.
20 minutes. So very nice. So I'll just cover some more details from Rath Yatra, especially cleaning the temple. Yes. Yeah? Gundicha Marjan. Yep. Okay. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the Vaishnavas cleansed the temple for the second time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy to see the cleansing work. While the temple was being swept, about 100 men stood ready with filled water pots, and they simply awaited the Lord's order to throw them. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for water, all the men immediately brought the 100 water pots, which were completely filled with, and delivered them before the Lord. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first washed the main temple, then thoroughly washed the ceiling, the walls, the floors, the sitting place, and everything else within the room. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself and his devotees began to throw water onto the ceiling. When this water fell, it washed the walls and floor. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to wash the sitting place of Lord Jagannath with his own hands, and all the devotees began to bring water to the Lord. All the devotees within the temple began to wash. One had a broom in his hand, and in this way they cleansed the temple of the Lord. Someone brought water to pour into the hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and someone poured water on his lotus feet. The water that fell from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was drunk by, do we have that photo? Was drunk by someone who hid himself. Someone else begged for that water, and another person was giving that water in charity. I'll repeat this one again. The water that fell down from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was drunk by someone who hid himself. We all know the glories of Charanamrit, isn't it? If someone is struggling with Bhakti, if someone wants to develop deep Bhakti, the most easiest way is by drinking the Charanamrit. Yeah. So tomorrow there is Balaram Jayanti. Tomorrow there will be Abhishek, Mataji. Yeah. Is there Abhishek tomorrow? Yeah. So, was drunk by someone who hid himself. Someone else begged for that water. This is like beg, borrow, whatever you do, drink the Charanamrit. After the room was washed, the water was let out through an outlet, and it then flowed and filled the yard outside. The Lord mopped the rooms with his own cloths, and he polished the throne with them also. So nice to see how deity worship can be done or should be done. In this way, all the rooms were cleansed with 100 water pots. After the room has been cleansed, the minds of the devotees were also as clean as the rooms. So that is the beauty. The secret why devotees like to do cleaning service is it cleanses heart. Yeah. So that's why I see everyone enthusiastically watch. Yeah, I would like to clean the floor. I would like to clean the vessels, wash the plates, wash the pots. When the temple was cleansed, it was purified, cool and pleasing, just as if the Lord's own pure mind has appeared. Since hundreds of men were engaged in bringing water from the lake, there was no place to stand on the banks. Consequently, someone began to draw water from a well. Hundreds of devotees brought water in the pots, and hundreds took the empty pots away. The whole thing is very detailedly explained. With the exception of Nityananda Prabhu, Advait Acharya, Swarup Damodar, Brahmananda Bharati, and Paramananda Puri, everyone was engaged in filling the water pots and bringing them there. Many of the water pots were broken when people collided with one another, and hundreds of men had to bring new pots to fill. Some people were filling the pots and others were washing the rooms, but everyone was engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and Hari. So when we are engaged in the service, we are not going to ask, how is your job, how is your wife, how is your husband. If we can discuss something Harikatha, that's what helps us to get more cleaner. One person begged for a water pot by chanting the holy name Krishna, Krishna, and another delivered a pot while chanting Krishna, Krishna. Whenever anyone had to speak, he did so by uttering the holy name of Krishna. Consequently, the holy name of Krishna became an indication for everyone who wanted something. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was vibrating the holy name of Krishna in ecstatic love, he himself was performing the work of hundreds of men. It appeared as though Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were cleansing and washing with 100 hands. He approached everyone just to teach them how to work. When he saw someone doing nicely, the Lord praised him. But if he saw that someone was not working to his satisfaction, he immediately chastised that person, not bearing him any grudge. The Lord would say, "You have done well. Please teach this to others so that they may act in the same way." Anyway, so it goes further about this only cleaning the temple. After everything was thoroughly washed, a Vaishnava from Bengal, who was very intelligent and simple, came and poured water on the lotus feet of the Lord. The Gaudiya Vaishnava then took that water and drank it himself. Seeing that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt a little unhappy and was also outwardly angry. We have to be careful. Although the Lord was certainly satisfied with him, he became angry externally in order to establish the etiquette of religious principles. The Lord then called for Swarup Damodar and told him, "Just see the behavior of your Bengali Vaishnava. This person from Bengal has washed my feet within the temple of personality of Godhead. Not only that, but he has drunk the water himself. I now do not know what my destination is because of this offense. Indeed, your Bengali Vaishnava has greatly implicated me." At this point, Swarup Damodar caught the Gaudiya Vaishnava by neck and, giving him a little push, ejected him from the Gundichapuri temple and made him stay outside. After Swarup Damodar Goswami returned within the temple, he requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to excuse that innocent person. After this incident, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. He then asked all of the devotees to sit down in 2 lines on both sides. This goes further, but we go into what happens in the Rath Yatra time, if we have some time. Okay. The decorations included bright mirrors and hundreds of chamaras. On the top of the car were a nice and clean canopy and very beautiful flag. The car was also decorated with silken cloth and various pictures. Many brass bells, gongs and ankle bells rang. For the pastimes of Rath Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannath got aboarded one car, and his sister Subhadra and elder brother Balaram got aboard 2 other cars. For 15 days, the Lord had remained in a secluded place with the supreme goddess of fortune and had performed his pastimes with him. This is what I was mentioning. For 14 days, 15 days after this marriage, the Lord was at the home of Lakshmi, and Lakshmi Devi was serving very nicely. And now, then he gets onto the chariot to go to Gundich. Having taken permission from the goddess of fortune, the Lord came out to ride on the Ratha car and perform his pastime for the pleasure of the devotees. In this, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that as an ideal husband, Lord Jagannath remained 15 days. So the wife should not expect more than 15 days. No, it goes further. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that as an ideal husband, Lord Jagannath remained 15 days in a secluded place with him, the supreme goddess of fortune. Nonetheless, the Lord wanted to come out of seclusion to give happiness to his devotees. Not for his pleasure, for the pleasure of devotees. The Lord enjoys himself in 2 ways known as Swakiya and Parakiya. The Lord's conjugal love in Swakiya Rasa relates to the regulative principles observed in Dwaraka. There the Lord has many married queens, but in Vrindavan the conjugal love of Lord is not with his married wives but with his girlfriends, the gopis. Conjugal love with the gopis is called Parakiya Rasa. Lord Jagannath leaves the secluded place where he enjoys the company of the supreme goddess of fortune in Swakiya Ras, and he goes to Vrindavan where he enjoys Parakiya Ras. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur therefore reminds us that the Lord's pleasure in Parakiya Ras is superior to his pleasure in Swakiya Ras. Sometimes we may think, hey, what is this? I appreciate Lord Ram so much that, he is very, very loyal to his one wife, and he had kept up this promise. What is that promise? What is it? 1 arrow and 1 wife. That's what is in this life. So nice, right? All the noble. It's so nice. But when we come to Krishna Leela, we see everything is teda, all twisted. See, even when he stands, he is not standing straight. He is having tribhanga, 3 form. Ram is, whenever someone is carving there, see, Ram is just very steady. But we have to understand that when we go above the dharma, above the dharma is love. And it is said that it is very difficult. There are actually 4 forms of separations called Viraha and Vipralamba. Vipralamba Bhav is something that, when something is very dear to us, when we lose it or when we don't have it, then we feel so much, I want it. I'm ready to even cry. I don't care if someone is around us. I don't care. That is called viraha. The root of viraha is coming from visha raha. Visha means poison. It's like some poison is burning in that separation. That is called viraha. And of course, this viraha, usually we may see, okay, this is also happening between wife and husband or mother and child. This is also viraha when there is separation, right? But what is the difference between the love that is mentioned here? When we are talking about paragya ras, is the gopis cannot bear. They cannot bear the separation of Krishna so much that they want to die, but they are thinking, if we die, Krishna will die. We are causing pain to Krishna, so we cannot die. And for such a great love, Krishna is always is purchased. So that's why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying, this parakya ras is higher. In the material world, parakya ras or loving affairs with unmarried girlfriends is a most degraded relationship. But in the spiritual world, this type of loving affair is considered the supreme enjoyment. In the material world, everything is but a reflection of the spiritual world, and that reflection is perverted. There is a lot further, about this matter. We go further, what happened in the Leela. The fine white sand spread all over the path resembled the bank of Yamuna, and the small gardens on both sides looked just like those in Vrindavan. As Lord Jagannath rode in his car and saw the beauty on both sides, his mind was filled with pleasure. The pullers of the car were known as Gauda, and they pulled with great pleasure. So we are also Gaudas, right? Gauradesh is, we are also Gaudas. However, the car sometimes went very fast and sometimes very slow. Sometimes the car would stand still and not move even though it was pulled very vigorously. The chariot therefore moved by the will of the Lord, not by the strength of an ordinary person. We may see this. We may see that, it's because I am pulling, the chariot is coming. If Lord wants, it can stay there for 2 days, 3 days. There is a devotee who was in Vrindavan who wanted to have the darshan of the Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra, but he knows, I am already late. If I start now, I can't go. But still he wanted to come, so he started, how can I do it? I can run. Where is Vrindavan? Where is, even if you go by train, it will take quite some time. So this devotee, he was running. Whenever possible, he took little break and again ran. And then he was checking, and the chariot, all this yatra was finishing, and was just 1 day before it can go into the Sri Mandir, the chariot stopped. Everyone were pulling, nothing was moving, nothing was happening. And finally, when this devotee came, when he had the darshan, then the chariot moved. And such nice records are there in so many nice. There's a book called Madhula Panchi, a record of what all events that happened in the last years in Puri. One can read through that and understand so many wonderful pastimes happened. As the cart stood still, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gathered all his devotees and with his own hands decorated them with flower, garlands and sandal pulp. Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati were both personally given garlands and sandalwood pulp from the very hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This increased their transcendental pleasure. Advaita Acharya Ara Prabhu Nityananda Sri Hasta Sparshe Dunhara Hai Ela Ananda. Similarly, when Advaita Acharya Nityananda felt the touch of the transcendental hand of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were both very pleased. The Lord also gave garland and sandalwood pulp to the performers of Sankirtan. The chief two performers were Swarup Damodar Srivas Thakur. And in this way, there is a nice description. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired to jump high while dancing, he placed these 9 people in the charge of Swarup Damodar. These devotees and the devotees in charge sang along with the Lord, and they also ran behind him. All the other groups of men also sang. What did they sing? Huh? Obeisances, offering obeisances to the Lord with folded hands, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised his face toward Jagannath and prayed as follows: Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya, Namo Namaha. And then it goes further. Then Jayati Jayati Devo Devaki Nandana Sau, Jayati Jayati Krishno Vrishni Vamsha Pradeepa, Jayati Jayati Mega Shyamala, Komalango, Jayati Jayati Prithvi Bharanasho Mukunda. All glories unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Son of Devaki. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as the light of the dynasty of Vrishni. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose bodily luster is like that of a new cloud, and whose body is as soft as lotus flower. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared on this planet to deliver the world from the burden of demons, who can offer liberation to everyone. Then it goes further. Jayati Jana Nivaso Devagi Janmavado. These are wonderful prayers where we can also, in our own ways, we can also pray on the Rath Yatra day, offer our wonderful prayers, please the Lord. And then I think you may know this well known. Naham Vipro Nacha Narapatir Napi Vaishyo Na Shudro Naham Varni Nacha Grihapatir Na Vanasto Yattir Va Kintu Prodya Nikhila Paramananda Purna Ardher Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayur Dasa Dasanu Dasa. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing this, and then he is saying, having recited all these verses from scripture, the Lord again offered his obeisances, and all the devotees with folded hands also offered prayers to the Supreme Lord. So what shall we plan on the 31st is the day where we can give ourselves in this all wonderful activities by pulling the chariot, offering our prayers and being blessed. That way we can make the best of the upcoming event. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. I would encourage, if someone have access to this, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 13, 12 and 13. One can meditate on Rath Yatra which is coming. Because I remember it is when someone is going for a yatra, if someone is planning to do a yatra to Vrindavan, to Mayapur, to Puri, or we have this Char Dham yatra, any yatra, what we do is we should have a desire. We should have some desire to make the best out of it. We just don't want to go like a tourist, go there, just see what is the nice restaurant available, what is the nice hotel there. No, we want to go there so that we can absorb ourselves in that. So if someone is going to Vrindavan, he is reading this Vrajamandal Parikram to understand what are the various places, what are the specialities of that. So this part of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is writing about the pastimes of the Lord in Puri, especially during Rath Yatra, help us also develop, because we have both Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, as well as Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani on the streets of Cologne on 31st August. And we also have the fortune to pull the chariot, engage in services. Done. I'm done. Are there any questions, by the way? Yes, please. Rusish? Is this of Deutsch or is this of Russisch? Russisch, vielleicht andere. Ja. One is the Ich weiß es nicht. I don't know if there is a plan. We can ask if there is a. Last year there was Gundicha Marjan. There was temple cleaning, especially kitchen, and the temple this year I don't know. We can ask when Nilmada Prabhu comes. Yes, please.
Guruji, could you elaborate on when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you said that when Bengali Prabhu came to his noticeable Abhishek and then he got angry. But before you were saying that make Boros feel get Janavita if you're very foreign. But then after a few lines you say now there's a past time where he got angry. So you couldn't understand.
What do you want me to tell? I can tell that.
It's a bit contradictory.
The question is the way how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dealt with this Bengali Prabhu who drank the Charanamrit of from the Lord. So the Lord is pleased. So let's do that. At the same time, Lord is not pleased. Let's be careful. Both are there. That's what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling. The mood of the Lord is He is happy. So you can do. But at the same time He says don't do. So let's not do. You got the answer, right? You didn't get it. Now I'll tell the answer. Because we are sadhakas, let's follow the rules and regulations. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing. The Lord is pleased when one is spontaneously rendering service. That is nice. But there is this. We don't want to be rebels of the rules that Lord has set up. Because then we may develop a sense of I can do anything because I have the bhav. Maybe that is bhav or feeling that I have bhav. That is very, very risky. We may think, hey, I have a free style of worshipping. I don't want any rules. I don't want all the books. I can do whatever I want. I can eat from your plate. I can eat from his plate. Then you're always eating. Then what are you going to do? No, that's the reason where when we are in the sadhaka state and we have to self-assess, are we there or not? We follow the rules. Of course, if you are inspired like that Bengali Prabhu who has really made a risk, that's also okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will give mercy, but he doesn't want that you do that. I'm not speaking for him, but that's what I understood. So I, as a sadhaka, will follow the Rupa Goswami, whatever he has said in the Nectar of Devotion, so that I don't become a prey of sahajiyas. Sometimes this can go in that direction, or it can, because it's all love. In love we can do many things. Some are approved, some are not approved.
So what was his exact wrongdoing that he did his abhishek in the temple in front of the Lord, or what was his wrongdoing? Why he didn't take permission?
So what is the etiquette? The etiquette is that we don't, what do you call this? We don't embarrass person. That is the etiquette. That is the etiquette. If someone is, I'll wash your feet and have Charanamrit. I don't know how does it look for you. How does it look for you?
Not so good.
But he was a sannyasi.
No, how does it look for you?
For me,
A person who is humble will always feel embarrassed. So that's why that is the etiquette, not to embarrass Vaishnavas.
but in that sense, I mean, all sannyasis will feel embarrassed because they are humble and they do not. But still, it's done as etiquette, right?
Yeah.
I mean, still on gas pujas and all is done as etiquette. So, does it mean that he really wanted to say wait for the correct time and place to do it?
Whatever is approved, that can be done. So we see that Prabhupada approved it, that one does this Pada Seva, yeah, worship the Guru, but not every time, every day, but on special occasions like Vyasa Puja. And again, there is also etiquette that, okay, one doesn't, hey, I collect the glass of water from your feet and now you see I'm drinking. So we do it not in front of them. Okay. Got it? Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
About the Gundicha now, it represents the Vrindavan, right? But
What presents?
Gundicha Dham represents Vrindavan.
Yeah.
But actually, I mean, physically, it's also in Puri, and it's a place of Jagannath Ji's Mausi.
Yeah, auntie. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how it relates to Vrindavan?
They wanted a journey. There should be a starting point, there should be an ending point. The starting point is always the home, right? Yeah. But of course he went off, like, yeah, he is from Vrindavan, but he went to Dwaraka. Ideally, this whole spirit of Rath Yatra is what? To bring them. Yeah. In Kurukshetra, Krishna says, yes, I am going to come. Though I am a king now, I am going to come. And the spirit is actually pulling him to Vrindavan. So, what else can be a nice place to choose? It is this, where the deities were carved for the first time, that place where he had darshan for the first time, he has given the darshan first time. So that is the original. Yeah? Vrindavan is Krishna's origin. Yeah? And another thing is also that Gundicha Dham, as in scriptures it's mentioned that it is in previous yuga the Lord appeared first time in the form of Nrsingadev. That's why even now, till now in Puri, they say Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jvalantam Sarvato Mukham. In the previous yugas that was done to Lord Jagannath. Even to date it is done, but this is offered to the Sudarshan Chakra. Yeah? Also there is the Sudarshan, right? So, yeah. So that's how the spirit of going back. He sees, and Sundarachal itself, as we just read, there is nice gardens on either sides, giving that mood of Vrindavan. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. Let's hear some announcements. Hare Krishna.